Hello, lovelies! As spring has finally sprung, it feels like the right time to talk about some fresh salad ideas. Today, I have 3 delicious quinoa salads that I think you're going to love. They are packed with protein and all sorts of beautiful produce that I simply can't get enough of. Now, I know a lot of you have sort of a love-hate relationship with quinoa based on what I've seen in the comment section, but not to worry, these 3 salads I think will make you a believer if you're not one already. First up today, I am making a Mediterranean-inspired Greek quinoa salad. For this tasty salad, I'm gonna start by mixing up a really simple dressing. I've got some olive oil in my bowl. To that, I'm going to add some white wine vinegar. Red would also work here. And I'm also going to add some mustard. Let's be honest, Dijon mustard is the glue that holds every great dressing together. I'm also going to add a little bit of Greek seasoning. I'll give that all a good whirl and set it aside while I start to assemble my salad. I mean, you can always use store-bought dressings, but when you realize how easy they are to make at home, it kind of feels like a no-brainer. For all of these recipes, I'm using some cooked tri-colored quinoa. If you've never tried tri-colored quinoa, I obviously recommend you give it a try. Totally worth it. Now, this kind of quinoa doesn't affect the flavor of your salad at all, but it certainly does make for a prettier salad, at least I think so, so that's why I'm using it. To that, I'm adding some finely chopped cucumber and some finely chopped kale. Now, it is really important when you're making a salad like this to finely chop your kale. I find that makes it much more palatable. If you're not a kale fan, you can totally swap in some spinach here. Both will work really, really well. I'm also adding some finely chopped red onion, some crumbled feta cheese, and some finely chopped fresh dill. You do not want to miss the dill in this recipe. We're going to top all of this off with our lovely dressing and then give it a good toss. The best part about a salad like this is it can be made a few days in advance. It's also perfect for a party or a potluck, so go ahead and make a nice big batch. Next up, I've got a slightly more unique offering. We are making a coconut lime quinoa salad, and this is just bursting with color and flavor. Seriously, you guys are gonna love it. Once again, I am using some tri-color quinoa for this recipe. It's just about the pretty factor, definitely not necessary, but it does look really, really gorgeous. To that, I am adding some cucumber, some mango, some finely chopped red cabbage, some beautiful edamame beans. These are great, you can buy them frozen and just give them a quick steam to help them soften up, and some shredded carrot. Then, to amp up the flavor factor here even more, I've got some coconut chips going into my bowl, some freshly chopped cilantro, and some red onion. Just before we give all this a good toss, we are going to build in our dressing. So we start with some coconut milk. I'm also going to be adding the zest and juice of 1 lime and a good drizzle of agave for a touch of sweetness. I'll finish this off with a sprinkle of red pepper flakes and a little salt and pepper to taste. Give it a toss, and there you go. If you're into that whole eat the rainbow concept, you gotta know this is really good for you. It's super, super flavorful and also super filling. A really great option to take for lunch. For my final recipe, I am making a fresh summery quinoa salad that really uses all of my favorite kinds of summer produce. I'll start by making my dressing. I've got some olive oil in my bowl. To that, I'm going to add a little bit of apple cider vinegar, some Dijon mustard, some finely chopped shallot, and some salt and pepper. We'll give that a whisk and set it aside while we assemble our salad. I've got my cooked quinoa in my bowl. And then to that, we are going to add all sorts of summery vegetables. So I've got some steamed green beans, some cherry tomatoes that I've just cut in half, and some fresh corn. I'm also going to add some parsley and some summery fresh basil. As you know, when it comes to summer cooking, you really want to use all the fresh herbs you can. I'll simply pour my dressing over top, give it all a good toss, and then serve it up with some crumbled goat cheese. All the taste of summer in one simple salad. What could be better than that? I really think you guys will be keen on all 3 of these quinoa salads, so I hope you will give them a try. If you do, be sure to tweet me, Instagram me, or Snapchat me a photo because I always love seeing your kitchen creations. Keep in mind, all of the recipes are in the description box as always, so you can take a look for them there. And finally, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe because there is lots more deliciousness where this came from.